Yeah, it's about right. It's about right time. The tier list for the game where wins meet. I've been playing this game in the beta, obviously, and also tried in the Chinese version, but there was way too many bugs going on, so I kind of stopped playing it. But I do have a couple hours in this game, so I'm bringing you guys the tier list. Obviously, this is a beginner tier list. As soon as the game is officially out, after a couple of weeks, I will be doing another tier list. All of these will probably change, but right now, so far, this is what we have. So right now, this is based off the Chinese meta. Maybe you didn't know, but this game has been out for months over there, and the community has already built a full consensus tier list of all 12 martial arts weapons. So today I will be breaking down every single weapon, how it is used and how it's performed. Let's jump straight into it. So first we have the S tier, the real monsters. Everything in this tier is the meta. This is the weapon that you're gonna want to use as soon as you have your hands on them. Then we have A tier, which is super strong but specialized, because you need to know how to use them. You're gonna have to play a specific way with those weapons if you wanna make them seems like S tier weapons. And then we have B, which is for masters only. That's how I go about it. What I mean by that is you need to master them weapons. You need to know every single thing about them if you want to make them good weapons. And then we have the C tiers. These are kind of weak, but they look good. That's all I'm gonna say. They're kind of weak, but they look good. The first weapon is the Nameless Sword, literally the first weapon we get in this game. It sits uncontested at number 1. Every Chinese tier list puts it on top. It got flawless balance, high burst, and smooth cancel with those. Unbelievably, that's basically the YouTube version of China. It's the weapon everyone uploads montage clips with, highlights. It is super strong in PvE, duels, and a group play. Basically, it is the face of this game. You cannot go wrong with this weapon, trust me. Right after that, we have the Nameless Spear. This is also one of the first weapons we get. It's all about range and guard breaking. You will see this weapon dominating boss hunts. It has a good armor, super armor I would say, excellent reach, and it is a super consistent weapon. Now we're moving on to the next weapon, which is the Panacea Fan. This is the healer. Only weapon that can revive and cleanse teammates. Cleansing is gonna be super good in this game. It's gonna help you remove any kind of status on a player, so a friend, a teammate. It was really popular during the beta and any Chinese server, because it is basically the only way you can help your teammates with health regenerations. Well, the only good way. So yeah, it's not flashy, but it is absolutely essential for team content. Then the last one in the S tier category is gonna be the Stormbreaker Spear, the tank of where winds meet. This weapon generates shields, reduces damage, which is so good. It also clears mobs with massive AoE swings. AoE, by the way, is area of effect, so I think that's what it means, right? So yeah, basically it is gonna touch a bunch of enemies in front of you. It's meta for raids, because yes, there are raids in this game, and also boss fights. Pure team backbone. This is the backbone of your team. So yeah, this overall good weapon is the last weapon for this tier category. Now we're moving on to the strong but specialized weapons. First, we have the strategic sword. Literally, this fits so well how I say strong but specialized, because you need to know everything about your weapons, and the strategic sword, that's what it does. It says it in the name. You need to be strategic. This is the bleeding version of the first sword we saw in this video, the Nameless one. It's all about damage over time and setup plays. So you need to set up your field. You need to set up your meal. You need to know what you're gonna do, what's gonna happen. It's like you're a visionary. That's how you need to play this weapon. It works best when you maintain uptime, and it is great in raids. It's kind of tricky in PvP, I'm not gonna lie, but it is a good weapon if you know how to use it. Now we're moving on to the last spear in this game so far, which is the Heaven Quaker Spear. Same philosophy here, steady pressure with big sweeps. so really good range like the first two ones. Any Chinese guys or anyone that has played this game before will tell you it is just overall a good weapon. You cannot go wrong with it. It has good output, also really good control. You're gonna see a lot of people play with this one, and if we go from history, this weapon was used a lot in any servers. Now the most popular weapon in my opinion, which is the Infernal Twin Blades, the highest attack speed in the entire game, probably the weapon I will be playing the most, I believe so. Maybe I'll change my opinion, but it's to be seen. Streamers love it. That's why I feel like that's why I love it basically. Yep. The combos are just so good. That's why the combos are insane, but it's high risk, high reward. You miss a dodge, you're kind of dead because you have no survivability with this one. And the last weapon in this category is gonna be the Thundercry Blade. This one I will leave a chance. This is probably the weapon I have used the least, but right now this is the weapon I want to use the most, literally. This one is the slow heavy hitter, used as a tank DPS hybrid, because yes, you're good at tanking and it is slow, but it has also good damage, so that's why it is a hybrid. Tank and DPS. Every strike will feel like a quake. Any Chinese players will tell you this is a stable and heavy weapon. Every players will love having one of these guys in their team because you're gonna see this weapon is super good for aggro. It is so aggressive. You have a lot of attention on you, but you can tank, so you're gonna be able to survive as well. So this is the last weapon in the A tier category. Now we're moving on to the B tier, which is for masters only. The first martial art weapon is the Soul Shade Umbrella. This is basically a support variant of the first fan I showed you, the Panacea fan. So the way it differs from the fan I showed you, obviously it is an umbrella, but playstyle, you lose healing output, so you won't be able to heal as much, but you gain style and crowd control. So crowd control is always good, but style, come on, who doesn't like style in a video game like this? Style is everything for me. It is also fun, mobile, and it's not the meta, but if you master this weapon, you can make it work, trust me. Oh, by the way, every weapon from now on, you're not gonna be maining those weapons. I don't know if you know, but you can have two weapons equipped, your main weapon and your secondary weapon. From now on, every weapon I mentioned should be your secondary weapon. You cannot main them really. That's not gonna be the best way to go about them. So now we have the Mortal Rope Dart, a super good secondary weapon. Actually, I believe probably a S tier category secondary weapon. You can grapples, you can mid-air combos, the cinematic finishers insane, but there is a huge skill ceiling in my opinion. You need to master this weapon and know what you're doing if you want to make it work. If you're not a vet, you're gonna struggle at first if you want to get good result, but I believe in you. I believe in you, trust. Stick with it and you're gonna get there. And that's it. That was the last weapon in the B tier category. Now we're moving on to C tier. These are gonna be stylish. Literally, I believe they look insane, but they're weak. We're gonna be honest, so far these are the weakest weapon, unless obviously, like I said, buffs are coming, nerfs are coming, a lot of stuff will change from what we used to have to the global launch of this game. But in the past, the Inkwell fan was kind of weak. It looks good though, I'll keep saying it, it looks amazing. Like literally, this is my style of play. Aerial, elegant, and technical, these are the three words that represent this weapon the most. It is the hardest martial art to master. Great for duels, but useless for crowds. It's not the best. There's nothing much to say about them weapons, to be honest. The only thing is they look good, they do a lot of flashy stuff on your screen, but they're not the best at what they do. And the last weapon is gonna be the Ninefold Umbrella. Visually stunning, but ranked lowest in any Chinese servers I've seen so far. Weak scaling, slow animations. Basically, this is a cosmetic weapon at this point. Let's be honest, it just looks good. But I want to say quickly right now, guys, this is a tier list ranking. That does not mean you cannot make any weapons I've talked about work. You can make any of these weapons work super good. This is just generals, averages. Everything I've said so far, it is just my opinion, what I would recommend you to know about this game. Also, something else really important to know is in this game, like I said, you can equip two weapons, so combos are super super important, like even more than the best weapon. For example, it's better to have 2 weak weapon but that combines super well together than having the best weapon in the game but combined with a bad weapon, if you know what I'm saying. So the most important thing here is to know what every weapon does and to know how to combine them. On that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any tips for me, comments, because like I said, I've played this game before. Maybe you know more about this game than me, and I would love to know what are your thoughts. I hope you guys are hyped for this game like I am. I will see you guys in my next video. Also, leave a like. Like, you need to smack that shit like you've never smacked anyone. Smack it like the weights I just did at the gym. Peace.